Welcome back, everybody, to Bracken Sports Talk. We're back to talk some more football. This is a great week in America in general. Thanksgiving. Is there any better holiday in your opinion?
No.
It's literally the greatest.
Think
about it. Sports, football. I think there's college football too. So tons of football. Doesn't get better than that. 3 good games as well.
Yep.
You have food. Tons of food. And it's a one day of the year that you can eat tons of food and not feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's celebrating America in a way. So, I mean, like, it doesn't get any better to me.
No.
So, it's probably my favorite holiday ever. And we get to celebrate it again. So, it's a great day. And we're here to talk some more football. So, let's just hop right into this thing with the power rankings, the Bracken Best. And Jaden has told me that the Bracken Best is a dumb name. Is it a dumb name?
The Bracken Best.
It's a power ranking, so the top 10 teams in football.
It's not bad. No, I don't hate it.
But he said it's corny.
It's corny? Well, yeah, but I mean
it's the point. It's a name.
BST, but
it's Bracken. That's a great name.
I'm Jake, by the way.
Yeah, producer Jake is here in studio. I probably should have mentioned that at the start. I'm not the greatest at this yet.
He's new, guys. First day.
A little bit. But yeah, let's get into this thing. At number 10, the Baltimore Ravens. They've won 5 in a row. They started the season 1-5, and everybody thought the sky was falling. See, I didn't write them off. How many podcasters wrote them off? I didn't. I said, look at their schedule, guys. They're going to win some games here. They're going to be right back in this thing. They got Lamar Jackson. The defense is playing better. They got Derrick Henry. They'll be fine. And now they're in the lead of the division. What a collapse by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have never graced the top 10, by the way, because they are just that bad. And Mike Tomlin is perfectly on course for another 9-8 season, which is his favorite thing to do.
He's got the big eyes, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. I remember watching that.
Yep. So,
God.
Ravens at 10, opportunity to move up. They play the Bengals this week with Joe Burrow back, which is what it's looking to be. We'll see if he comes back. I think he's back in practice. So that's going to be a great game on Thanksgiving, the night game. But I got the Baltimore Ravens at 10. And number 9, the Buffalo Bills.
What a story.
Rough one.
What a story.
They have some really rough games. But they look so good. Like, they play Kansas City. They look phenomenal. They look like the best team in football.
And then they lose to Miami.
Yeah, they shit the bed against Miami.
How do you lose
they shit the bed against Houston, who has a good defense and didn't make the top 10.
That's fair.
Because they're off. Houston's offense is not good, but I don't know how to read the Bills. As long as they have Josh Allen, I'm gonna put them in the top 10 pretty much, unless they just fall off the face of the planet. In my opinion, I still think they're a top 10 team, but they're scaring me every week.
It's just Allen.
No, it is. Their defense sucks.
Take 9 out. Take Bills out, and we'll just put number 9.
Yeah, Josh Allen. I agree. It literally is just Josh Allen. Like, I don't think it's any more true for anyone in the league where their quarterback is literally their entire team.
100%.
If the Bills didn't draft Josh Allen and he didn't become the player he is, they would still suck. And, like, even with the Chiefs, like, if the Chiefs didn't draft Mahomes, they were having success before with Andy Reid. Like, this guy's the franchise, and he's the only reason they're up in the top 10, in my opinion. At 8, the Colts. It's been a rough 3-week stretch. You lose to the Steelers. You look horrible. You have 6 sacks, 6 turnovers, whatever it was. Daniel Jones looks like Giants Daniel Jones, where he just looks like a deer in headlights. It's not good. And then you go to or where was it at? It was like somewhere in Europe. I don't know.
Berlin.
Was it?
Yeah.
Berlin.
Yep.
And I think it was the first game in Berlin. And
yeah.
So you go there, you face the Falcons, and once again, your O-line can't protect Daniel Jones, which this O-line has been good all year. So that was concerning in both those games. But at the end of the day, and then obviously you play the Chiefs, and I thought they battled the Chiefs, but if it wasn't for that pick they had at the goal line, where Mahomes threw the pick in his own territory, like damn near in the end zone, like you probably don't get points there if that doesn't happen. So I thought they got lucky in that game a little bit. Like, Kansas City outgained them by a ton. I thought Kansas City was a better team, but also the Colts battled. But at the end of the day, their offense is elite with Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's crazy in fantasy, like putting up points left and right, and that reflects his production in real life. And so as long as they have that offense humming, the defense has pieces. I don't fully trust them. I don't fully trust Daniel Jones, but they have control of this division, but they still have to face the Texans twice. So the Texans lock in, find a way. Texans could take control of this division if the Colts continue to stumble a little bit, but they've been so good at times this year. Like I think they were one of my third ranked team at one point this year, but they beat a lot of bad teams, and I still think they're a good team though. So at 8, at 7, the Packers. You can call it bias. He did literally like 30 minutes ago. He's like, that's kind of biased. Colts behind the Packers. It's not biased. The Packers are a good team.
Not this year.
They have a good defense. We saw that. I mean, it was against 9. 9. McCarthy sucks, so you can take that Vikings game however you want to take it. I think it was still a good performance by the Packers defense to at least just shut down Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in football. So I think the defense is great. The offense has really stumbled since losing Tucker Kraft against the Carolina. Like since then, they just really haven't found their groove, and I'm not sure they're ever going to find it. I'm not sure they're ever going to be the same offense they were, but I still think they're a really good team. They have the pieces. We'll see what happens against Detroit on Thanksgiving. I think it's going to be a really good game, but honestly, it could go either way. I'm not in a position to pick those at this point. Like I genuinely don't know how that game is going to go. With Detroit at home, I'm leaning Detroit, but that's going to be a good one. So I think the Packers will end up making the playoffs, although we'll get to the NFC playoff picture later, but it's going to be a really, really close race, but we'll see what happens. But at the Packers at 7 for now. At 6, the Lions. Like I said, I think the Lions are the better team. They have kind of stumbled.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost lost to the Giants. Jameis Winston was phenomenal. Like, he was great. Everybody loves Jameis.
So awesome. So
especially for, like, a new football fan like yourself. Like, I'm sure that's a guy that's, like, you just lock into. You're like, I love that guy.
It's just he's so
relatable and, like, yeah, and he makes the craziest plays. I mean, Jameis, I saw this guy who said there should be this rule that Jameis Winston's next contract should be with every NFL team. And then every time they have an injury to their starter, he should automatically be the backup for them to go in and play. Because the guy's absolute cinema to watch.
Yes.
Like, he just makes plays, and he's super positive. So, again, I thought he was a big reason to why they were in that game. But also, Detroit's defense was really bad. But at times, we've seen him be really good, like against Philly. But, I don't know. The secondary scares me, especially with Kirby Joseph out. He did not practice again today, so we'll see if he plays against the Packers, but their offense, I still think the pieces are there. Gibbs just had 200-plus yards, 3 touchdowns against the Giants, so he's probably the most explosive running back in football at this point. So, I mean, he's really good. You still got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I still think Goff is a good quarterback, but if you can pressure Goff a little bit like the Giants were able to, you can get him a little bit flustered. I still think they're a good team. They still have one of the best coaches in football at this point. And I think Kelvin Shepard's a pretty good defensive coordinator as well. So I got the Lions at number 6. Number 5, the Patriots. Almost lost to the Bengals, which was a little bit weird because we've seen this Patriots offense be super explosive, super good in general with Drake May, who continues to play well. He had a little bit of a rough spot against Cincinnati for sure compared to what we've seen this season, but I still thought he was good. It was weird they weren't able to put up more points, especially, I mean, Cincinnati defense has been awful. Like, they've been genuinely the worst defense in football, easily. So it was weird they weren't able to do that. But they keep on winning games, and they're the number 1 seed in the AFC at 10-2. So, I mean, what Patriots fans had like 4 years of misery. Right back to the dynasty with Drake May. It goes from Tom Brady to Drake May. It's just stupid. And every Patriots fan will be like, those were the worst 4 years of my life. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, no one feels bad for you. Although it's probably how everybody feels about the Packers as well, because very similar.
I was just going to say that the poor Jets fans.
Oh, Jets, honestly, I think it might be worse for Bills fans because you
Oh,
had like the 4-year window to win, and now it's like, oh,
no,
kiss it goodbye. It's like,
they're so close every
yeah,
time. They say the
exactly.
stupid Chiefs
Uh-huh.
every effing time.
I know, every time. It's stupid. It probably will happen again this year
Yep.
because of some black magic.
Yep.
But yeah, the Patriots, I like what their defense is all about. I will say, losing Will Campbell, I'm not sure about the injury, what the extent is. Didn't look good. He got carted off. So that's a huge blow if he's out long term because that guy's been a revolutionary piece to your O line. I just think with Vrabel, they're a well coached bunch. I like what they got going. I do think probably a little bit of fool's gold just because of the schedule they've played. But in every test against the Buccaneers, against the Bills, they've answered it. So I'm not gonna burn them too much for that. So at 5 we got the Patriots. At number 4, the Eagles. They drop a little bit. They were my number 2 team last week. You blow a 21-point lead to Dallas.
Crazy.
Your offense looks obsolete. I know as a Devontae Smith owner, it's up and down.
And Hurts.
Yeah, and Hurts. It's all over the place.
He
times.
bounced back great this week.
Yeah.
Number 1 pick for QB in fantasy.
Yep.
But I mean, the last 2 weeks were a bunch of losses for me.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the kind of the up and down. And even in this game, it's like Hurts did play decently, but the offense as a whole isn't functioning, and they just can't run the ball. And at this point, we need to stop acting like Saquon Barkley is Saquon Barkley. Well, for whatever reason, I still think he's a good player. They're running like they have like your grandma in the backfield at this point. Like it's not good at all, and they can't run it.
He had, 2 fumbles, right?
Yeah, 2 fumbles. Yeah. He had 22 yards.
No.
I mean, just ridiculously bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they can't run the ball. I do think their defense is good, but Dallas kind of seemed to solve it a little bit, and nobody else had been able to, and Dallas did. So, I do think Dallas's offense is really good, but I think that was kind of your saving grace when you were like, hey, Philadelphia, their offense isn't as great, but their defense had been stepping up against Detroit, against Green Bay. But now it's like, well, if they don't have that, like this team's not very good because their offense is garbage. So I still got them at 4 because I still think their defense is good and their offense is so talented. Yeah. I saw this thing. If you could guarantee A.J. Brown all of his money that he will earn over the remaining like 3 years of his contract or whatever it is right now, but he couldn't play another snap for the Eagles and he just left, I guarantee you would take it.
Yeah.
Just give him his money and be like,
he's so upset.
Yes.
Why did they not?
I don't know.
I don't know why they don't throw to him. I have him.
It's bizarre.
I have him in another league.
It's bizarre.
And I'm suffering greatly because of whatever's going on.
I have no idea. I have no idea. It's ridiculous.
He said it himself, like on the stream. Like,
he's like, don't have me in fantasy.
Don't start me in fantasy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I genuinely don't know what it is, and at this point, I'm blaming Hurts just because it's like
it's like personal or something.
I don't. I guarantee the play caller is not like we got this 6'2" like big ass wide receiver with like these big muscles. He's very strong. Let's not throw him the ball. Like that's not what's happening. So I don't know if it's Hurts. I don't know what it is, but it's very bizarre, and that's why I have to drop him. But they're still a really good team in my opinion.
He did pretty good.
He had his best game of the season, I will say. But
what do we got?
So far this season, it's just been confusing.
110 yards, 8 receptions, 1 touchdown.
That's guaranteed the best of the season.
Yep, by a long. Well, actually, it's not. Versus the Vikings.
What do you have? Oh, that's true. He had a big game.
Yeah, he did 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
4 receptions, 121 yards.
That's true. He did have that big game.
So he's just unpredictable.
He's all over the place. Yeah. And I don't really know how to read this Eagles offense at all. So I got them at 4. At number 3, the Denver Broncos. They were on the bye. A lot of people drop teams after the bye because they just don't see them for a week and like they get lost. I'm like, this team's still very good. Their defense is elite. To me, the Texans and them are very similar because the Texans defense is elite. The Broncos defense is elite. I'd still trust the Broncos offense a lot more. Like just the pieces they have. Like they have one of the best O-lines in football. Their receivers are decent. Running back, they got a rookie starting there now with Harvey since what's the guy's name? Dobbins is out, so that's rough. But at the end of the day, this team will go as far as Bo Nix takes them, just because like this defense is going to keep games close, but it's going to take Bo Nix playing good football to put them over the top. So, but I still think they're a great team. At 3, the Broncos. At 2, the Seahawks.
Crazy.
They were at 4 last week because I dropped them down a little bit because they lost to the Rams, but they were still in that game even though Darnold threw 4 picks. This game against the Titans, not great. Like, not your best showing. I mean, the defense kind of took a day off. It seemed like you allowed 24 points to the Titans. Not a great effort from those guys. But I'm going to give them a pass. I mean, it's the Titans. You can take them easy. But, I mean, as long as Darnold and JSN are throwing each other, or Darnold throwing the ball at JSN, I mean, they're going to win games. I mean, that guy's a walking 60-yard touchdown. Every week it feels like he scores a 60-yard touchdown. It doesn't matter. So, to me, they're still a great team, and they got all the pieces. They're one of the most complete teams in football. So
it's
I
a
got
good
them at 2.
turnaround on there.
Oh, yeah,
Because it went
100%.
from Russ being great and back when I started watching football.
Isn't that crazy?
And I saw the jerseys and stuff from then, and then they became irrelevant.
Yep, and then yep, exactly. So I mean, yeah, they had Russ, and then Geno Smith was good for a few years, but every Seahawks fan hates Geno Smith now.
I just heard the lightning strike outside.
I think so. I heard us talk about Geno Smith. They're like, no. We'll get to it.
Just got colder in here.
We'll get to a Geno Smith story in a little bit. And then at number 1, the Rams. They've been my number 1 team for 3 weeks straight. I was early to the party. I kind of put them at number 1 a week before they were consensus number 1. I just think this team's really, really good, and they're dominating at this point. They beat the Seahawks, and that was kind of my test for if they were the number 1 team. And then they go out and play the Buccaneers, and they just destroy them. And I know Baker got injured, but Baker was healthy and in the game, like it was like 28-7 or whatever it was. Awesome. Like it wasn't even close. And I mean, offensively, they have so many weapons. They got Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua. The O-line is good, above average. And obviously you have Stafford, who's playing like the MVP of the league right now. I think he joined like 4 quarterbacks to have 30 touchdowns and less than 5 interceptions through like the first 12 games of the season. Aaron Rodgers on that list 3 times, by the way. Go of all time for sure. No, Tom Brady is probably.
Yeah. Rodgers is one of
the best for sure. But
I think there's an argument to be made there either way.
Yeah, it depends.
It's hard to compete
against 7 Super Bowls. It is tough. But yeah, I mean, Stafford's playing the best football of his career, and they're humming. And that defense, man, they're really good too. And I think it's Chris Shula, their defensive coordinator, Don Shula's son. He's calling great games, and they got Verse, they got Young, they got Braden Fisk down the middle. They got Landman, the linebacker. They added him cheap in free agency. He's been a revelation. They got Cam Kinches at safety, and their corners, like Emmanuel Forbes, playing good football. I think their corners are really good. I love this team. I love McVay. I love Stafford. I just love what they're all about, man. They're really, really good. So there you have it. That's the top 10. Ravens 10, Bills 9, Colts 8, Packers 7, Lions 6, Patriots 5, Eagles 4, Broncos 3, Seahawks 2, and Rams number 1. What do you think? In your expert opinion.
My humble expert opinion.
Besides moving the Packers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The Packers played all right, I guess.
That's fair.
But I still think the Colts have done better with Taylor.
I agree that the Colts. I think the Colts offense is definitely better, but the Packers defense is better.
Yeah,
and I think if the Packers played them, they would beat the Colts. It wouldn't be pretty, but I think they would.
And then the Ravens were.
I didn't know what to do at that 10 spot because
it's tough.
Because okay, let me talk about the Bears for a second because I know every Bears fan is going to be coming after me, and it's like, all right. Let's be real, guys. You've won all your games by a close score. The only team you've kind of blown out is the Cowboys, I believe. And you barely beat the JJ McCarthy Vikings. Teams have been blowing them out. And I mean, I guess you could say the Lions lost to the JJ McCarthy Vikings. But I don't know. I think your defense is really bad, really, really bad. One of the worst in the league. Your offense is kind of too reliant on big plays. So if you win against the Eagles on Black Friday, you have my respect. Do I think you will? No. But if you do, all right. You know what? There you go. You have my respect. Other teams. Tampa, I think they just kind of drop out of there. They're super injured. And Baker's injuries do not look good. So you got like Tampa. Chargers are also super injured. They don't have both of their starting starting tackles. Like that is a recipe for disaster.
They're gonna get Hampton back. Though,
Yeah,
so
true.
That'll help them out.
Have you seen? So PFF is basically like a website and a team who goes through and rank and watches every snap and like gives each player a grade.
So stats nerds,
basically.
Okay.
And when they do the Sunday Night Football intros of each player, it shows their PFF ranking.
Yeah.
And the Chargers O-line, it was a few weeks ago, I think it was against the Steelers, and it goes through the O-line. It's like left tackle, whatever his name is, 36 out of 38. So he's like 36 right.
Oh, I saw that clip.
And then
everything.
And then it goes left guard,
no.
35 out of 38.
Oh god.
They're literally like they're from like what was it, 33 to 38 in PFF ranking of their O-line. Their starting O-line.
That's
so
terrible.
Justin Herbert's getting killed back there. So gotta feel bad for him. But yeah, so the Chargers, I'm not really thinking of them there. The Niners did have an argument for me. Again, they're just super injured. They lost Bosa and Warner earlier this season. If they have those guys, like this is a different team. Those guys are all pros. Like those guys are very good players. If they are in here, sure, you can put them at number 10. But still, they scare me a little bit. But they got a really easy schedule. They'll probably end up making the playoffs. We'll talk about that later. Who else is even here that I could even argue? Like Panthers, no.
I mean, they just lost too.
Yeah,
So
Chiefs.
that game was really boring.
It was horrible.
It was not.
Picks left and right.
I think it took both the 49ers and the Panthers out of that 10th spot
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah, honestly. And then you have the Chiefs. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't going to put them there. I know if I put them there, a lot of people got mad just because it's like,
The world's a better place with them not on your list.
yeah. I think they arguably, I mean, they beat the Ravens. But also,
They also lost a lot.
yeah, and I don't know. I think I need to see them if they win out. Like obviously they're going to be back in here. It's good. It's a uphill battle to the playoffs, but we'll talk about that later for the Chiefs. And then like the Steelers, no. I mean they're just not very good right now. And the Texans, like we said earlier, they have a good defense, but that offense is pretty suspect. So that's the Bracken best for week number 12.
Well, I was just like the last closing thought on there, like
Yeah.
the Ravens in particular.
Yep.
It's hard not to justify putting them in that 10th spot if they're coming off 5
I
wins
agree. Yeah,
from being irrelevant.
I know exactly. They're 1-5.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's,
now they're at
that's impressive.
6-5, and they're leading the division. They came
Especially
out of nowhere.
like this season where everyone's all over the place.
I
with
know
wins and
exactly.
losses,
It's a very weird season.
Yeah.
For your like first season actually paying attention.
I know.
It is bizarre. Like it is super bizarre.
And like I understand like how these usually go because I've just watched
Yeah.
the playoffs in particular over the last couple of years, but like actually having to play
Mhm.
fantasy and worry about that has made it so much.
it makes you pay attention. It's a crazy league right now. Like this is one of the most just wide open years. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. Once playoff comes, like it's gonna be glorious.
No.
But yeah, we'll get to the playoff picture. It'll kind of illustrate like how crazy it is. But let's move on to the Braiders or Braiders.
Raiders? Yeah, the Raiders, guys. New
The-
team.
The Browns and Raiders over under controversy. So if you guys haven't seen this, basically, let me pull up the actual drive here so I can show it.
Somebody likes to do sports betting with Wesley. That's
sports betting.
He
What does
loses,
that
by
even
the way.
mean anymore?
He's never hit a
What does
parlay
that
in his
even
life.
What does that even mean anymore? Sports betting. I don't even know what that is. But here we go. Okay. So basically, there's a minute left in the game. Let's set the scene here. There's a minute left in the game. The Browns are up 24-10 at this point. Game's over. There's a minute left. They're up 24-10, up 2 scores against the Raiders. But they're at the 29-yard line. And it's 4th down. And you would think, okay, maybe you go for it. You know, that's a possibility. Maybe you go for it. It's 4th and 2. Maybe you go for it. the more obvious answer, oh, you kick the field goal. You're at the 29-yard line. What is that? So then 10 yards back, you're at the, it's a, well, okay. No, wait. If you're at the 29-yard line, that means it would be a 39, so, because it's a 10-yard end zone.
Mm-hmm.
So you're,
It's a 39-yard field goal.
but no, because then you're,
at least farther
because
back.
then you're 10 yards back. So,
Is it about
is that a 50? No.
49?
It is 49, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do some math here. We got 29 plus 10
Yep.
plus 10.
Yep, it's a 49.
All right.
But
Welcome back.
yeah. Yeah, it's 49-yard field goal.
Which is
It's long, but it's doable.
Yeah.
We saw their kicker, Andre Smith, is like, what was it? 3 or 4
Yep.
from 40 to 49 yards.
Yep.
So like, listen,
statistically it's very much in his favor.
I don't know, and I don't understand the thought process of not. I mean, I guess you're worried he blocks it and returns it. There's a minute left in the game, so even if you do, I mean, I guess, but to me it's just bizarre. And the over under of this game was 34.5, so the over bettors just needed that field goal to make it a 37 point over under. Instead, it stays at 34 and they don't cash. And this has the entire betting world, the entire NFL world kind of thinking maybe these games are a little bit rigged. Maybe, I don't know if they're rigged. I'm not sure I fully buy into the rigged reality. I think I more buy into the idea that if something happens to go a certain way, there may be people within an organization like the Browns who bet on a certain thing.
Yeah, 100%.
And they call down to the coach and they're like, just don't. Influence. And obviously that's a problem because then you're getting internal influence on games. And we've seen with like the NBA where there were like big gambling things happening internally, like teams tanking and like just tanking their season to get draft picks, and also people betting on those games like, oh, well, they're tanking, they're going to lose this game, we'll bet on it, and winning tons of money. So I really hope this isn't a reality, but I usually dismiss these kind of things, but like this one made me think for sure, because it's very, very odd, very weird that they punted there. I don't really understand the idea of that, and I don't know. That's just me. What do you think?
I don't know enough.
Fair.
To be fair with you, but the whole, like, even if they did score, what should bring them to 7-18 max, the Raiders?
Yeah.
Plus an onside kick, maybe?
Yeah. It doesn't make it like
it's just so
impossible. Pretty much.
4th and 7, minute to go. I don't know. I think it's a long field goal, but we've seen like this season more than like they get longer every year.
Mm-hmm.
And this season in particular,
it's just
we have
bizarre.
a new record, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So. And that makes it even more weird. It's like 59 ain't like, or 49 is a chip shot in this league now. Mm-hmm. Like that's like
the field has gotten smaller.
Yeah, that's a 49-yard field goal is like the new like 39-yard field goal. Yep. It feels like. So I genuinely don't understand the thought process there. I'd love to get an answer from Stefanski. Like, what was the thought process? What were you thinking?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of investigation into that.
That is the biggest and like most obvious evidence I've seen of like betting, like the line influencing a game. But also you just see a lot where it's like this happens a lot where certain plays ruin bets like this. Just like not even like player bets, but more of just like over unders or like covering the spread. And it's just weird that happens. Maybe Vegas is really good at their job and setting lines, but like it's just very weird that it happens so often. But I still won't buy into the theory that it's fixed quite yet, because I don't know. That also just kind of ruins it if I buy into that theory.
Yeah, it ruins the fun of it.
I'm just like, I don't want it. I don't even want to think of that.
The closest we got to that was the whole ref deal last year.
Yeah, that was bad. I do think refs. I don't know. I think they It's obviously not as bad as basketball because, like, in basketball, you can literally hand the guy free points at the free throw line if you wanted to. But in football, I do think there are certain moments, especially with the Chiefs last year, where it's just like,
It's very questionable.
man, I don't know, guys. It seems like a little bit of favoritism, and it kind of just gets swept under the rug now. We don't even think about it, but I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to figure out, and it just, I really hope it doesn't get worse.
I mean, you don't have to say it's rigged. Like,
No.
in general, there's going to be outliers where
Yeah.
someone does something like that.
Mhm.
So
I
even if
agree.
it's a one-off in this instance, it doesn't mean like, okay, the whole league's rigged. It's just some
Just a certain instance.
thought they could get away with
I
it.
agree. And honestly, it's a Browns organization, so would we be shocked?
And we're the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, think about it. They got a sex offender on their sideline,
Oh.
and Deshaun Watson.
I don't know if we want to go down this path.
We won't go in depth. I hope everybody's watching this knows what Deshaun Watson did. So they got that. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to have a few gamblers in the front office, to be honest. But yeah, they should probably be investigated. Moving on. JJ McCarthy has been concussed. It happened in the Packers game, and I don't know when it happened. And it's kind of bringing up very similar vibes earlier in the season when he had a phantom high ankle sprain or whatever it was, and it's kind of just like came out of nowhere. It's like after the game, it's like, oh, by the way, high ankle sprain for JJ McCarthy is gonna be out a few weeks. And now it's like, oh, by the way, he got concussed. I'm not saying he didn't get concussed, but the situation is weird. And I got to pull this up here. Oh, it went away, of course.
Of course.
All right, let me read this. This is a story. According to a source familiar with the situation, Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell did not want quarterback J.J. McCarthy to play another snap this season. But since Carson Wentz physically couldn't throw a football anymore, he was left no choice but to throw McCarthy back out there, despite the entire coaching staff agreeing internally that the second-year guy was not ready for NFL gameplay. The plan was to keep running Wentz out there week after week, but his injuries kept piling up, and he eventually became injured beyond repair. There was a ton of criticism sent O'Connell's way for doing this, as Wentz is now done for the season with a torn labrum and fractured socket in his throwing arm.
Jeez.
Now we've seen 4 straight weeks of McCarthy. All right, whatever the rest of that says. But regardless, the point is, they obviously don't trust this guy. They obviously don't think this guy's ready to play. So I'm not saying that he's concussed, so they don't have to play him. But like, this is just a utter disaster for the Vikings. It set them back years. I saw the stat. They're since 2000, out of like 830 or so qualified quarterbacks in EPA per play. And EPA is like expected points added or something. So basically, it's just like how many points and they grade it based off of each play. So like how many expected points did this certain play add? It's an advanced statistic that people use.
Stats nerds.
Yeah, exactly. And since 2000, out of 830 qualified quarterbacks, he is ranked number like 829 or it was like 834. He's like 833 since 2000. And the only one below him is Jamarcus Russell, who is the biggest bust of all time. And I'll tell you this, Jamarcus Russell, this is one of the craziest stories in NFL history.
Okay.
The coach, so he was known as just a bad work ethic, not very good at football. He was very good in college. He was a high draft pick. And the coaching staff wanted to test if he was watching film or not. So and back in that day, like you sent him like tapes to bring home.
Right. And they watch it.
And they watch it in like the VHS player or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So they give him tapes. And I'm pretty sure they put like cartoons on them, and they give him the tapes. He takes them home, comes back to practice the next day, and they're like, "So, what did you see on that film?" And he starts just making shit up. And they're like, "There were cartoons on those tapes, Jamarcus." And he's like, that was the beginning of the end. But it's like,
yeah, I would hope.
I'm like, how? What? Like, how do you make it to the NFL and you can't take it seriously like that? So for JJ McCarthy to be even near him in that conversation, and I think McCarthy has a pretty good work ethic, but like when it comes to playing football, he is garbage. Like I mean, Geno Smith is better than him. Like, that's saying something. But I mean, it's a bad situation for the Vikings at this point. So I don't even know where they go from here. But I love it because I'm a Packers fan. Screw the Vikings. But let's move on.
He hates everybody
Everybody in the North,
equally.
screw them all. Let's move
Except for
on.
the Bears.
I hate the Bears.
No, I meant not equally.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Bears. The Bears, like everybody's like right here, and then we have a big gap, and then the Bears are at the very bottom of my hatred for sure. Or I guess probably the top of my hatred if you look at it from hatred.
Yep.
All right. Could it get any worse for Geno Smith? I mean, this guy's life has to be the worst, maybe in the world. I mean, he's getting paid a lot of money.
He's responsible for every major event in the history of the world.
I have seen that. I was telling this to Jaden and Jason. I have seen people saying they should rape Geno Smith.
You can't say that, Wes. I'm not kidding you. You can't put that on YouTube.
It's already on another episode.
It's gonna get. We're
I'm not saying that Geno Smith should be raped.
You can't say that word, Wes. I'm not kidding you.
But he's been very bad.
Hey.
And now against the Browns, he's running off the field and he's flipping the double bird to the crowd. What are you doing, Geno Smith? Do you want him to hate you more? They already hate your guts. Like, they already think you're the worst thing to ever happen to the planet. And I don't know. It's just what a disaster.
The Cowboys. Is it Jerry Jones?
Yep, Jerry Jones.
He did the same
thing. Exactly.
So,
and the worst part is they traded a pick for this guy. Like, they literally gave the Seahawks draft capital for Geno Smith. What are we doing?
His first
season in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Oof.
What a disaster! Like an utter disaster for Geno Smith. I mean, I don't have words. The Raiders are just a joke. All right, let's look at the
Genty and the joke.
Yeah, no, it's just Genty. Like and Brock Bowers pretty good.
Yeah.
But those two, Max Crosby as well. Those three, and then a bunch of just garbage cans everywhere. Let's look at the NFC playoff picture here. Very interesting because the Bears are the third seed, and that scares me, and I hate it. And every North fan should hate it because it's gross. It's not pleasant to look at. But to me, the top 8 teams you see right here are the teams that can make a run and make the playoffs. I think the Panthers probably not, and the Cowboys are they've lost too many games. I don't think they're going to make it. Would not be surprised.
Next season, Cowboys.
Honestly, next season might be good,
Okay.
but it's always their year.
It's always. Right.
But
I was getting that.
Yeah, exactly. I do think this will end up being a race for the 6 and 7 seed between the Bears, Packers, and Niners. I do think Detroit will win the division, but I think those 3 teams are going to be battling for those 2 spots. It's going to be very interesting. This is my official prediction. I think the Packers will smoke the Bears both times they play, and then in the coming weeks, just destroy them. That is my official prediction. It'll surely come to backfire against me. That is my prediction. They are going to destroy the
Remember
Bears.
that, folks, when we're here in a few weeks when he's crying, slumped over there.
No, if they lose to the Bears, I might actually cry. Because that's just worst case scenario. Because they need a win against the Bears.
Man, I feel like we went through this last year or something, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Wasn't it last year?
Yeah,
Like,
they beat us.
We're such a better team.
Not this year though. I think the Packers will take care of business against the Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Bears also play the Niners. So the NFC is kind of going to tear itself apart here. Like, a lot of teams are going to lose to a lot of NFC teams, and we're going to get a playoff picture sooner rather than later because teams are just going to start compiling wins against each other. But I do think I think obviously the Rams. I think the Rams control the 1 seed, but they still have to play the Lions and they still have to play the Seahawks again. So that's going to be rough. And the Eagles are just miles ahead of everybody when it comes to conference wins, which is a tiebreaker, and when it comes to tiebreakers just in general, winning against other teams. They play the Bears this week, so if they beat them, that's another one. They are even tiebreaker against the Packers, the Lions, the Rams, the Buccaneers. I mean, I guess no, the Cowboys not anymore, but I mean, like, look at the list. I mean, the Eagles tiebreakers are all over the place. So I'd say they still have control over the 1 seed a little more than the Rams, because I just don't think the Rams are gonna go undefeated for the rest of the season. It's just very unlikely. But so I think Eagles, Rams, 1 seed. Seahawks could sneak in there if they beat the Rams and end up winning the division for sure. I don't think Detroit or Chicago will stay there. Tampa is dangerously close to losing this division to the Panthers. They play each other, so who knows there? Honestly, at this point, Tampa was 5-1 or 6-1, and now they're 6-5. It's been an utter collapse.
Yeah.
So I don't really know there, but it's gonna be a fun NFC playoffs. I think it's all up for grabs at this point.
It's been a fun season.
Oh, it has. And then if we move to the AFC playoffs, you got the Patriots at 1. Back to the good old days where the Patriots are number 1. I don't think they're gonna end up being number 1 by season's end. I really do think the Broncos control the 1 seed. I guess the Colts do have the tiebreaker over the Broncos. I just think the Broncos have the clearest path there, and I think it's somewhat in question for the Patriots to win the division. Although with Buffalo losing, it certainly looks more likely each week the Patriots will win. I just think the Broncos have the clearest path there to the winning the division, and that's going to be big. I mean, even the Colts, like we were saying earlier, I mean, if Houston wins a few games, Colts drop a few, I mean, that division could flip. And the Ravens, I just don't think the record is there. So I do think the Chargers and the Jags, I mean, those are the big teams to watch if Kansas City wants to make it in, because right now they both have the tiebreak over Kansas City. And Kansas City is way behind in the conference wins department. They're at like two conference wins.
Good.
They're at 3 now because they beat the Colts. That Colts one was huge. But the Chargers and the Jags, they're at I think they're at 4 conference wins, and the Bills are at 5 conference wins. So, I mean, Kansas City's just in a big hole, but if anyone could find a way, it's the Kansas City Chiefs to make it in, for sure, which sucks. It sucks that it's a reality, but it's just
you need
what
a
it is.
flag behind us that I can throw.
Yeah, but we need to hang a flag, and then I'll just get like a lighter and just burn it on air.
That's not
Thoughts?
what I was thinking.
Thoughts?
I was
Thoughts?
thinking I could reach for a flag and
I feel like burning
so
would
how
be
about this?
cooler.
When you do a Chiefs segment,
Yep.
we bring a flag in.
Okay.
And it's just a normal thing for me.
Okay. But you're saying a Chiefs flag, right?
No, like a ref flag.
Oh,
We
okay.
bring the flag in
I see.
every time.
Foul on the play. The Chiefs are not the number 1 team. That's what it is. I mean, every Chiefs fan will tell you they're high on their horse.
Well, there always are.
I mean,
I watched the videos.
Dude, this one guy. Hold on, let me find the comment.
Oh,
Let me find the comment. It was a cornball comment by this guy for sure. Let me see. If that was the best you have to throw at us, you just as well give up. Okay, Tommy Tough Knuckles, like, shut up, dude. Like, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Like, this will get him. You guys have nothing on us. It's like, you guys are not the class of the NFL anymore. I'm just sorry to say it. You're the 10 seed. I have never seen the 10 seed in the playoffs talking like this. I get it. You've won some Super Bowls. This is a new year. All right. God, they're going to make it, aren't they? They're going to make it. And please, for his sake, let his first playoffs be a Chiefless playoffs. You're the key, I think.
I'm the key.
You're the key to Chiefless playoffs.
All right. So next year when I don't play fantasy,
No.
I'll forget to sign up, and then all of a sudden the Chiefs.
Honestly, it's probably for your best mental fortitude to not play fantasy.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I spend
but
nothing else on my time but looking through waivers and be like, that's a good projection. I don't look at anything else but projections. That's my secret.
Guess how many transactions I have this year in fantasy?
Transaction.
Like just trades, waiver ads.
Like 20 at least.
104.
Can I check that?
I'm pretty sure.
Is something I can look at? I probably
Yeah.
have like 10. 104?
Yeah.
You're insane.
If you go to
How?
go to league history.
League.
Yeah,
History.
104.
How? What do you do?
No, here.
Oh, that might be your.
Yeah, look. When you go to me, 104 transactions.
That's 23.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, that's all time, Wes.
Oh.
There's whoever was on that team last year.
Oh.
I'm like, there's no way you have 103. There's like,
We'll see how many did
players that is.
how many did I have last year? Hold on. It's probably similar to whatever I had last year. I had 66 last year.
Did Jaden actually win last year?
Yes.
That's BS.
I know it's stupid. Didn't even deserve it.
No.
But you'll hear him talk about it every time. But yeah. All right. That'll be it for us today. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Should be a good one. We'll be back on Thursday with some reactions to the games. Hopefully they're as good as they look on paper. But have a good day. We'll see you then and in the future. BST, please subscribe, comment, check out. Well, we're now on Instagram. We're now on TikTok, Twitter. Check those all out. It's greatly appreciated. Have a good night.
Wait. Before you go, remember, make podcast equipment more expensive.
Shut up, dude.